Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a home of accurate news and current news. For those who subscribe to our channel, God bless you for subscribing. We say thank you to every one of you. And now the news in details. 5 Nigerian politicians that stole more money than UZ0R Kalu. One stole $250 million. Wow, that's a huge amount of money. A federal high court sitting in Lagos has sentenced a former Abia State governor and Senate Chief Whip UZ0R Kalu to a maximum of 12 years imprisonment for 7.65 billion naira fraud. Among other multitude sentences ranging from 3 years to 5 years on 27 counts. Justice Muhammad Idris also convicted and sentenced his own 2 other accomplices who were also found guilty of 7.65 billion naira fraud. They got multiple sentences between 10 years and 3 years. Kalu's co-defendants are his firm, ST0L Nigeria Limited, and Hugo, who was Director of Finance and Accounts at the Abia State Government House during Kalu's tenure as governor. The judge also ordered that ST0L be wound up and its assets forfeited to the federal government. Before UZ0R Kalu, there are several other high-profile corruption cases. Here are top 5 of the convictions. Joshua Dariye. In June 2018, a federal high court of Federal Capital Territory High Court, sitting at Gudu, convicted and sentenced the former governor of Plateau State, Joshua Dariye, to 14 years imprisonment for diverting public funds to the tune of 1.26 billion naira. The senator was found guilty on 15 out of the 23-count criminal charge. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) preferred against him. Meanwhile, an appeal court reduced the 14 years term of Dariye to 10 years for being a first-time offender. It was recently reviewed that the senator is still receiving the 750,000 naira salary and 13.5 million naira monthly running cost as member of the National Assembly despite currently serving time in jail. Come on, who does that, my people? You are in the jail and you are still collecting a huge amount of this money. So what of the essence? What is the essence of giving those people penalty for spending Nigerian money anyhow? Come on, you can imagine this. This person is still collecting 750,000 naira salary in the jail. Who does that? And we said we want the corruption to die down. How is it possible for this corruption to die down? So the next person is Jolly Inyame. The former Taraba State governor stole 1.64 billion naira belonging to the state and was sentenced to 14 years imprisonment by Justice Adebukola Bajonko of the Federal High Court in Abuja in 2018. Inyame was convicted on a total of 27 out of the 41 counts preferred against him. The judgment marked the end of about 11 years trials, which will be the first full-blown criminal proceedings to be conducted in the Nigerian courts, and ended in a guilty verdict, sending a former governor to jail for a period as long as 14 years for corruption. He also had a sentence reduced to 10 years by an appeal court in Abuja that upheld his conviction. And also, Bode George, the PDP chieftains, and 5 other persons accused, along with him, by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) over allegations of 85 billion naira fraud at the Nigerian Port Authority (NPA), were sentenced to 28 years imprisonment without an option of fine. He was convicted by Justice Olubumi Oyewole of the Ikeja High Court in 2009. Chief Judge was specifically convicted on 35 out of the 68-count charge, which border on contract splitting, inflation, abuse of office, and disobedience to lawful order. He was, however, released from prison in 2011 after serving 2 years in jail. Look at their prayer. The late former governor of Bayelsa Saga is one of the historic in Nigerian corruption cases. While still in governor, he was detained in London on charges of money laundering in September 2005. At the time of his arrest, Metropolitan Police found about £1 million. Come on, my people, £1 million in cash in his London home. Later, they found a total of £1.8 million, which is approximately $3.2 million in cash and bank accounts. He tried jumping bail in December 2005 from the United Kingdom by allegedly disguising himself as a woman. On July 26, 2007, this guy pleaded guilty before a Nigerian court to 6 charges and was sentenced to 2 years in prison on each charge. However, because the sentences were set to run concurrently and the time was counted from the point of his arrest, nearly 2 years before the sentences, his actual sentence was relatively short. Many of his assets were ordered to be forfeited to the Bayelsa state government. In 2013, he was given presidential pardon by President Goodluck Jonathan for being remorseful. And later this guy died at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital on 10th October 2015. And also James Hibori, the former governor of Delta State, was convicted of money laundering and was sentenced to 13 years in jail after admitting fraud of nearly £50 million by a court in the UK. The former governor had earlier in Nigeria pleaded guilty of 10 offences relating to conspiracy to launder funds from the state, substantive counts of money laundering, and 1 count of obtaining money transfer by deception and fraud. The Metropolitan Police estimates that Ibori embezzled $250 million, approximately £157 million, of Nigerian public funds. Among his possessions confiscated were 2 houses in UK worth £2.5 million, a £3.2 million mansion in Sadton, nearly Johannesburg, South Africa, a fleet of Hammond Range Rover valued at £600,000, a Mercedes-Benz Maybach 62 bought for €407,000, €407,000 that was shipped direct to his mansion in South Africa. James Ibori was released from prison in December 2016 after a court order. He served a 4-year out of the 13 years he was sentenced to. You can imagine this. And we said we want corruption to die down in our country. How is it possible? A man that owned this thing in a wrong way. Look at Ibori owned all these assets in an unlawful way. And now he was charged to 13 years imprisonment. They now cut it to 4 years. Who does that? And we want our country to stop all this corruption. How is it possible? How is it? Somebody even mentioned that Buhari stole $278 million when he was PTF director. Who arrested him till now? Nobody. Nobody arrested him. To tell you that everybody is above the law in Nigeria. All the Nigerian government leaders, they are above the law. Since independence of this country, the Hausa Fulani and the northern leaders has been stealing and looting our money, sharing our oil well to themselves. Who arrested them? Nobody. No damn person. One day, thunder will strike this animal called Buhari for killing and maltreating innocent Nigerians, especially the Easterners, the Igbos. He would die a shameful death. This is the comment of somebody, and they said that Christians, Southerners, especially Easterners, seems over blackmailed, if I may say so, but those who share oil well to their men is not corruption. The only justice will be done, and clearly seen to be done, is to jail each and every governor found to have corruptly enriched themselves. Even if they jail them, they will still be collecting their salary in the jail. You can imagine that. How is it possible for them to be remorseful of what they do? When you say you are giving somebody like 12 years, 13 years imprisonment, and still they are still collecting salary, you can imagine. And they are still collecting a huge amount of salary. They are not suffering, of course. They are not. They don't experience any problem at all. You know, somebody said that such people like Ibrahim Shima of Katsina State and Sule Lamido of Jigawa State, that is the only way to do justice to this country, as well as to those already jailed. There should be no acquittal due to technicality, as it is the want of corrupt settled judges. You know, I won't be lied to you, my people. For corruption to die down in Nigeria, it takes the grace of God. It takes the grace of God, because the leaders are the foundation. They are the roots of corruption. They are the root of corruption. They are the one causing all this problem. Somebody made a comment that whoever touched Babangida and his animal in human form, Buhari, of course, Jubri upon all the monies they stole, if not that God gave Abacha in perpetual imprisonment, who could have touched him? Nobody. My people, if we keep on talking about this corruption, we will not finish. We won't finish talking about it, because corruption has become part and parcel of Nigerian government. It takes the grace of God. It takes the grace of God for this corruption to die down. So my viewers today, what do you think about this news? What is your own take about all those people that we are talking about today? Those people that are stealing Nigerian money. Not only UZ0R Kalu. There are a lot more like that. But it's just so unfortunate that because UZ0R Kalu is an Igbo man. And those people we are talking about, they are not Igbos. That's why I normally tell you people that they cheat Igbo people a lot. So my viewers, kindly drop your comments at the comment section below. Your comment is very important to us, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. God bless you for listening. Bye.